Cut adrift in the North Atlantic is the remarkable Canary Islands archipelago. Perhaps the most diverse of these islands is Gran Canaria, described by some as a miniature continent. At around 1,500 square kilometres, Gran Canaria only covers the same size area as London. Yet this relatively small island incorporates a wide array of scenery, from cactus-filled canyons to pine-covered volcanic peaks and rugged coastline. Join me as I traverse the island from south to north on the GR-131 in search of breathtaking views and maybe some giant lizards. I began my journey with a 4-hour flight from the UK. There's only one airport in Gran Canaria, so it's not hard to find. There's even a spa in the arrivals hall.
Good afternoon. Made a flight out to Gran Canaria in the Canary Islands, kind of in the North Atlantic, kind of just off the coast of Morocco, the Spanish territory. First time here. Weather's great. It's going to be about 25 degrees Celsius, sunny. I'm going to do a section of the GR-131. The GR-131 is a long distance route all the way through the Canary Islands. I'm going to do the Gran Canaria section, which is about 46 miles. It'll probably be 50 with detours and things like that. From the south of the island in Maspalomas to the north of the island in Ayagaures, maybe you say? I don't know. I'm aiming to do it in 3 days. Should be good. Scenery looks unbelievable from the pictures I've seen. Start in Maspalomas. Looks a horrible place, touristy, tacky, full of British people like me. Some nice sand dunes, but looking forward to getting up into the hills. I'm about 7 miles in now. I'm just taking a break. It's just about 2 p.m, so it's like the hottest part of the day. So I tried to find some shade. This is the best I could do. I'm just sitting by a large bush on a rock. Not much shade about here. Haven't seen any giant lizards yet. That's one of the things I wanted to do. There's apparently some Gran Canaria giant lizards that are up to 80 centimetres long. Haven't seen any yet. It seems like ideal conditions for them. I don't know if they live on this part of the island or maybe further north or higher up. We'll see. Can't park there, mate. Just leaving the village of Ayagaures, I think it's called. Small little village, kind of tucked away amongst the kind of slopes of the canyons around. From what I can gather, there's two kind of bar, cafe, restaurant things in the village. One, which is right by where you come out on the trail, is either temporarily or permanently shut for some reason, not sure why. But then there's another one, you have to go all the way down to the bottom of the hill and then back up again, which is quite steep. But it's worth it. I'll put the name of the place on the screen. Can't remember off the top of my head, but really good service, good value. Had like a lemon flavoured beer, really refreshing, needed that. And then I had like a small starter plate of potato and ham croquettes, which were nice. Nothing fancy, but good. And then was able to get like a 1.5 litre bottle of water. I started out with 2.5 litres, and I only had just over 1 and a bit litres left, which was enough at a push. Next resupply point is like, it'll be like 5 miles tomorrow morning, but ideally I want to have more than half a litre to get me there in the morning. So now I'm fully stocked up again with full 2.5 litres. I think all that was, it's about €12 or something like that, which is pretty good. It's quite an interesting inside to the cafe restaurant. It was kind of like set in the rocks. It's quite interesting. Yeah, service really good. So pleased with that. And I got about a mile and a half to find somewhere to pitch up for the night. that's the end of day one. Absolutely shattered now. Going along really well all day, and then I stopped at that cafe restaurant thing, and then after then it's quite a steep climb up to where I'm camped. It wasn't far, but it was quite a steep climb up out of the village, up into the kind of trees where I am. Beautiful camp spot, but anyway, yeah, so I think it was just a matter of kind of slight dehydration. Not used to hiking in the hot temperatures. It's been a while since I've hiked when it's been that hot, and yeah, so because it was less than 14.5 miles and about 2,700 feet elevation gain, so not a physically demanding day. And like I said, I was fine before I stopped in the restaurant, but yeah, I think it was just the heat kind of catching up to me, but I'm all good now. Rehydrated, had plenty to drink. Glad I was able to get extra water from the restaurant, and yeah, it's a nice kind of light breeze here, not too strong a wind, clear skies, just on amongst the trees by some canyon walls, so a really nice kind of red reflection of the sunset on the canyon walls. So good, yeah. So then tomorrow, I've got a big day of climbing tomorrow, but I'm going to start earlier, so I can get most of it done before the heat of the day, and it should be a bit cooler once I get to the top anyway. And then I've got a camping permit for a campsite, a kind of a managed campsite up at the top of the mountains. So yeah, looking forward to that. The views should be spectacular. I've got one place I can kind of resupply on the way, and then my campsite has water anyway, so water shouldn't be a problem. I've still got nearly 2 litres of water to last me for tonight, and then the first kind of 5 or 6 miles into the kind of town I'll be stopping in to get some more. So yeah, all good. Yeah, just tired, gonna get some sleep, and I might get a little bit of food before I go to bed, but yeah, early night, early morning, I think.
Join me in episode 2, where the scenery gets better, the inclines get steeper, and I immerse myself in some of the best views I've ever seen, including this glorious sunset. What's not to like?